back to the Unleashing. I want to share a few verses that I heard the other day, and I truly believe that they're the hidden key on why the time that we're in right now is picked for why the rapture is happening, and how they've been in the verses the whole time. And I think it really lines up with it perfectly. And I wanted to share that. I was out the other day, and I was praying, and I ended up listening to a podcast of a couple old guys talking, and they brought up these few verses here that I'm going to share. And it really hit because I truly believe that it explains why, in the context of the verses of the Bible, why the time between 70 and 80 years, why we didn't go in the first parts of it, 70 to 77, and why it's pushed all the way to the max here at 73 up to 80 years, all right, in between that fluctuation, because 7 years fits in between that 10 years. And I believe these verses explain, and I mean, you can sum it up in your heart to, God's giving people as much time as possible, but it is going to happen. But this explains it, and I want to share that. I want to share that with you guys. Before I get started, for the last 3 weeks, I have literally dealt with and blocked and had to read thousands and thousands of comments coming from this channel from you guys about me being a false prophet, some message of hate, false teacher, or whatever else. All right, morning, noon, night, all throughout the day, hundreds and thousands of them. It's just, I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. Hitting on the whole rapture thing has stirred up a hornet's nest like I've never seen since the channel started. It's nothing but pure hate that has been coming in, and only now is starting to dwindle down. It's been like 3 weeks now, and I wake up to it, I go to bed to it, text my brother, and I get 3 messages of hate in between our text messages. It's nonstop, and I really want to iterate this. I don't enjoy making these videos. Okay, this is not a good time for me. And when I was commissioned to do it back in 2017, it's not something that I wanted to do. And I told you guys what I said to God. I'm like, you're gonna have to keep him away from me, and He has. Thankfully, I haven't really ran into any of you guys. And but I've done this, all right. And this is not for a joy or anything like that. I was commissioned and required to do this. I want to explain something here. In the Army, when you go in, if you're going to do a retirement plan, all right, 20 years, you're going to be asked to do recruiting or drill sergeant for 2 years. Okay, this is something you can't get away from, and there's only a few occasions under circumstances where you can get away. If you're planning on doing your 20 years, you're going to have to do that. In the same case and scenario as what I'm trying to do for God here and what I'm pushing for in the mastery section, all right, I was required to do this. All right, you don't get to escape it. You have to recruit. You have to go talk to people in one form or another, right? And this is the form that was given to me, to talk to people online. All right, and I started doing that in 2017. This hasn't been fun. It's one of the biggest, most difficult plagues in my life. I feel like it has changed me permanently, and every time that I make a video, it chips off a piece of my soul. When I talk to you guys, it's absolutely horrid, and I want you to know that, all right? I don't enjoy doing this. I'm finishing this up. For every single person that has asked and said, what happens if it doesn't happen this year? I'm telling you right now, I have shared every single message that I've had from God with you guys, fairly and openly. I've told you the secrets and told everybody to pray and check these things out for themselves, and they're totally free to. Nothing has been hidden in that department. And it's completely open for you guys, all right, the whole time. The same as this. And when I was down on that beach talking to God, and He told me not to drink anymore, all right. For those that are saying that Beelzebub is talking to me, okay, all right. First of all, he's not going to be encouraging me to stop drinking and stop sinning, all right. when I was talking to God on the beach, and he told me a few things, right? And I shared that message with you guys. And in between that, I told him, hey, if there's anybody that you need me to talk to about you, I mean, send him down to the beach while I'm down here. And literally before I could even call anybody after our conversation was over, he sent that veteran down, that captain that had cancer, that I talked to him about God. I mean, through the whole thing, I was talking, all right? So if I was deceived in that, all right, that's going to be on me. But during that conversation, when I talked and then prayed and then sat on it for a week and then asked for confirmations and then got them, not only from other Christians, but then from the Bible, and then prayed again and prayed again and prayed again, because I don't do any of this lightly, all right? When he told me that it was happening this year, all right, if I have somehow in the process of that screwed this up, wholeheartedly, that is something that I can now bring to the table to God and be like, God, I prayed about it. I asked you to step in at any single time if I was false or wrong in this process, and you didn't do that. For whatever reason, you kept that and allowed it to happen. But I am not fit to talk to people anymore, okay? And now I need to step out of it, because I will never lead any of you astray by even a fraction or a little bit, or say that I've heard from God and it's not true. If it's even off a little bit, that is my requirement. And since I can't stand making these videos, I have been the whole time, for a chance to get out of this. This is my chance. And I can do it wholeheartedly and honestly by saying that I misunderstood and I didn't hear from you, all right? And I will. So this, no matter what, this is the last year that I'm making these videos, okay? I'm not doing it anymore for you guys. I can't stand it, all right? I am not doing it anymore, all right? This is the last year one way or another. But I'm telling you what I heard, and I shared it with you. He told me he's coming back this year. Yes, it blows me away too. It's amazing he said it's this year. It's absolutely incredible. But that's what I was told, and that's what I was told to share. So that's what I'm doing, all right? And if it's wrong, that's between me and God, and my apology to him, and then joyfully I get to stop making these videos, and I look forward to it. So one way or another, I'm in a win-win situation. I get to stop making these videos, and the rapture is happening, all right? So it's good for me, okay? And I want to get that out, because I don't enjoy doing this, and you really need to know that. This isn't fun. I've done it for free the whole time, and it's killing me on the inside. I can't stand it. And that's me saying this in the nicest version possible. The real version, heads would be rolling, all right? Now that that's out of the way, I want to explain this to you guys real fast, and I want to show you these verses. All right, here we go. Luke chapter 13. All right, verse 6. And he spake a parable. This is Jesus speaking. A certain man had a fig tree planted in the vineyard, and he came and sought the fruit thereof and found none, and then said unto the dresser of the vineyard, all right? This is a fine explanation between God and speaking to Jesus, all right, the vine dresser. Then he said unto the dresser of the vineyard, behold, these 3 years they come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and find none. Cut it down, why cumbereth it into the ground? And he answered and said unto him, Lord, let it alone this year also, till I shall dig about it and dung it. And if it bear fruit, well, and if not, then after that thou shalt cut it down. All right? Between the 3 years that the master comes looking for fruit, once the time's ready for this tree and it's grown of age, he says, enough. It hasn't grown any fruit. It hasn't produced anything, all right, in these 3 years. And the vine dresser, Jesus stepping in here, says, let me fix it up one more year, all right? Now for the 4th year. Let me fix it up one more year and dung it, fertilize it, and try it one more. And if it doesn't bear any fruit, then go ahead and hew it down, all right? And I believe that this explains perfectly why in 2017, when the rapture sign happened, and I'm telling you, there's no other time I've listened and I've seen people talk about signs in the heavens and stuff like that, and it's all a bunch of nonsense. The only time where it has actually looked like it checked out and real and fell within the timeline that we're looking at, all right, that's 70 years at the start, was the Revelation 12 sign, September 23rd, 2017. And I thought that the whole time. And when it didn't happen, I believe that it was the midnight cry. I've never seen the world get attention like that, but then go back to sleep and totally fall asleep. At the same time, 2017, okay, Trump also started up as well, which was deception, but at the same time, it was a chance for people to turn to God, which they didn't. They turned more away. They got more to darkness, which shows that, like I've said plenty of times, People don't turn to God during good times. They do it during hard times, right? Any chance that they possibly can, they're looking to get back in the world, hoping that things continue on and they can get back more into more and more sin, all right? And for 4 years, for the 4 years from that time, it lasted, all right? And now we're at the time period. And I find it very interesting that when you add up these times, it's exactly 4 years from 2017 to where we are right now in 2021. It's that extra extended period of time. And I believe it is the parable that explains why we go at 73 to 80 in between that timeline, right? What we're looking at right now, why the rapture is this year, and why it didn't happen at that time back there in 2017 or at the beginning of the 70 years exactly, all right? And I heard a couple of guys talking about it. It's the first time that I had heard it addressed and in that context, and I thought it was very, very interesting, and it really hit. And I was already out there looking for answers anyways when I just happened to stumble upon it, and I wanted to share that, all right? Because I really do. I think that it explains it perfectly and shows why, and it's just another sign that God's been giving as much chance all the way to right up to the last bit, everybody they can possibly to find and come home. And of course, in these last 4 years, I have got to run into more people and talk to even more. It's been the last push, the last call, that last urgency, all right? Since that time to go out and push even more. Coincidentally enough, 2017, I had already been out 7 years ago. I've been at this 7 years now this month, talking to people and preaching. I was sent out in 2014. Interesting enough, I'm not the only one that was sent out by God at that time. I have listened to other teachers out there that were also pressured to go out and start preaching, all right, to the world 7 years ago in 2014, okay? It's interesting, and I don't think it's a coincidence. Another thing that's interesting, in 2017, when me and Dustin started up the channel, right? And I started making these videos to reach people online and stuff like that, which is a huge group. But unfortunately, and it's the problem that I have the most. I really like to give to people when I look in their heart and I see there's quality there, honor, decency, hope for them being better. I want to give great messages and information to them. I don't like throwing pearls before swine and filth and crap. And when you talk online, that's exactly what you get. You're spreading it out to the whole world, and it's nothing but filth and trash out there. And I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about people that claim to be Christians. The most filthy, wretched, disgusting group of people I've ever seen in my life. I can't stand it. I've said it before. Christians, those that are so-called Christians, are an abomination. Absolutely, I cannot stand the lukewarm. It's pure vomit. It's disgusting to me. And I've seen more honor and quality in people that are in the world that just don't know about Jesus yet or have never heard the message than I have from the Christian community, which on the majority is absolutely disgusting. I've told it before and I'll say it again. I saw 8 people going up. The numbers are incredibly small. It adds out to half of 1%. All right, that doesn't account for kids or children, but adults that should know better and are walking the line. The Philadelphia church, those that are actually doing what they're supposed to, the commission, holding the line and repenting when they mess up. All right, and everybody does, but actually caring enough to repent and continue to get back up. The numbers are so small; it's just unbelievable. It's going to shock everybody when they find themselves going right into the tribulation. All right, but interesting enough, in 2017, when I was told by God, commissioned to go talk to everybody online, I said, God, I figured this out. I'm like, they should be able to too, and He says, no. You need to talk to him. So I'm like, okay, I do. And of course, since that time, I've only discovered that everybody's absolutely dumbfounded, has no clue about anything going on, and nobody would be able to figure anything out for themselves at all. Almost the entire majority are absolutely, to be gently just saying, retarded, all right? That is the majority. And but I sent out and I've done it. And I've talked to everybody. I shared all the secrets and I've done it the whole time. I've told you one thing after another, every lesson after another, what to watch out for. The dangers of once saved, always saved. What the government's been up to, what they're planning, what to watch out for, okay? All of it the whole time, the whole thing. And I've shared it all freely with you guys, all right? I'm not the only one, interesting enough, that was commissioned to do that, to start talking online in 2017. And I just heard another I just heard another Christian brother that said that. This is somebody that actually I feel confident in calling a Christian brother, right? Fig Tree Parable Channel, right? The guy does incredible work and has been a Bible teacher for a long time. And I only stumbled onto him recently, and I don't usually listen to other people's channels and stuff like that. But the guy does an incredible job, and I might leave a link to his webpage if you guys have never heard him before. He does a good job. But he as well was commissioned to go up by God in 2017, and I don't find that coincidence at all. And I really feel that it lines in this parable of chapter 13, 6 through 9 of Luke, of that last push, all right, to reach people. And that's exactly what's taking place right now. It's one last push to get to as many people as possible and talk to them before time is up. And the time was up back in 2017, September 23rd, and I think this is the extended 4 years that line up with that and push us into the 73-year mark. The tribulation will be between years 73 and 80, okay, I really do, and I think that this explains, and it's the one time where it's hit, and like many verses in the Bible that are overlooked and misunderstood at the time, only afterwards you get the full picture. This is the same thing. I don't think anybody would have noticed this ahead of time. I've never heard anybody talk about it until just the other day. And now after the fact, these 4 years between the 3 and the extra there, these 4 extra years that go on from 2017 to 21, it lines up with it absolutely flawlessly. And I really thought that hit home, but I wanted to share it. Time's up this year, like I've said. I was told that it was. It's most definitely up. The way that things are lining up and looking, I don't see any other way around that. It's only pushing even more. For those that are arguing about the mark of the beast and stuff like that, you're playing with fire, and I won't allow it in the comment section either, because every time somebody says that it isn't, and you know what I'm talking about, 15 weaklings will use it their excuse, oh gosh, to go get it, only to have the dread come over them after, and they go, what have I done? All right? Cowards are constantly looking for an opening, an opportunity. And the people that are saying there aren't, or that it isn't, are probably already planning to do it themselves, all right? I won't tolerate it. I won't. I've seen too many times in the comment section over the years, and I've kept the comments up all these years so that you guys can talk, ask questions, and ask for prayer. Not so you can say blessings from the UK, blessings from Austin, blessings from Tennessee. I could care less about that. I'm not here for friendship or a good time. I'm here to answer your questions and pray for people if they need it. And every time anybody asks for a prayer in the comment section, I do it right on the spot. I pray for you, all right? It's not for chitter chatter or having a good time. I'm not looking for groupies. I never have been, all right? Or followers, all right? The only person that anybody should be following is Jesus Christ and God, all right? If you get something from me, that's good. Take it and run with it and thank him for it. I don't care about your thanks either. I never have. I've never asked for anything from you guys other than that you give your life to Jesus, take it seriously, and you walk the line and hold it. That's it. And repent when you mess up. That's the only thing I've ever asked from you guys. I want nothing in return the entire time, all right? And I've made that bluntly clear over and over again. But constantly in the comment section, I've had to mitigate and get in there. And if I don't get in there fast enough, I've watched time and time again as some Christian will step in there and somebody will swoop in under the power of Satan, say a couple things. I don't even know how they do it in the comment section. It blows my mind how somebody can follow somebody with a CZ47 name, all right? Not even a profile picture or anything like that. They can hear a couple things from and be pulled from the faith, and their soul is gone forever. And I've had to watch it time and time again. So I've done everything I can to restrict what the comments say and what people do, because I watch them fall away. And every single Christian everywhere that I ever talk to, the majority, they're all narcissists. The only people that you think about is yourself. You literally think when you're talking to me that I'm only talking to you and there's nobody else, and there's no implications for the stuff that you say. You need to be very careful in what you're saying. You don't know what you're doing. Every time you say something stupid like, hey, it's not the mark of the beast, with this freaking thing that's going on, that's being blocked, people are getting strikes everywhere for what they're talking about, you're opening up the door for weak Christians to go, I'm going to go get it, which are going to die anyways when they do it, all right? It's a death sentence right from the start. Do not play around with this. I told you to treat it exactly like what it is, the mark of the beast, and pray that it isn't for those that have taken it already, all right? And don't go any further than that. Just treat it like it is, okay? And don't say anything else, because people are constantly looking for an excuse to be cowards, all right? And I've seen it time and time again. They'll fall away and they'll make the worst mistake of their life, right? In the comment section, all right? I won't put up with it. I'm tired of it. I'm so close to just getting rid of the comments permanently. I don't even want to hear them anymore. There's nothing that's come out of it. And the entire time that I've been teaching, not once has anybody requested information on how to go Delta. All right, all 4.5 years that I've done recruiting, all right, for God on this, not once has anybody requested go Delta. This is a failure and a half to me, all right? Every single person wants, in comparison to Army, they want National Guard and their 2 years so they can get free college. That's it. That's it. That's great if you make it to heaven, but the majority are rolling in diapers and they're shitting all over themselves, okay? That is what the majority of you are. And it disgusts me. It absolutely disgusts me. I can't stand it. I cannot stand that all of you have decided to be baby Christians your entire life. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of talking to you. I really am. I've had it. This is the last year that I'm doing this, and then it's over. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't enjoy this, and this is not a good time, all right? All right, I've shared another sign that shows, hey, this lines up for it being this year, all right? But after this, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sick and tired of it, all right? I'm sick and tired of it.